Hey, this is Travis Cole again with Bugout Survival Training. You can find us at bugoutsurvivaltraining.com. We're going to talk today about giving you and your family a fighting chance. You've heard me say it before. You're going to hear me say it many more times to come, and that is, nobody plans to fail. They just fail to plan. Okay, I'm going to give you some examples of that. With the environment that we live in nowadays, with politics, finance, economics being shaky at best, militarily, all the things that are going on in the world today, not to mention the weather anomalies, and the weather, you never know what's going to happen or what's going to take place. As of late, some of the hurricanes that we've had, Maria, Harvey, Florence, and Michael, and not to mention, Hurricane Sandy, and also Hurricane Katrina. We hear more and more. Oh, this is a storm. You only get every 100 years, and which is really weird because we've had 3 of those really big storms just in the last year. So the weather is iffy at best. You never know what's going to come at you, or what's going to happen, or what's going to take place. That being said, if you want to give yourself that fighting chance of survivability, not just you, but your family, okay? And you want to be able to have all emergencies or supplies that you need, whether you be at work, or you're at school, you're in traveling someplace, or even if you're at home, and you need a way to help guarantee the survivability of your family, get yourself a good bug out bag. It truly and really is that simple. Okay, this is my Ultra Pack. Okay, this has everything in it. I mean, from starting fire, to water treatment, to food, to lighting, everything that you need is in there. Okay, they're ballistic. They have a ballistic rating. They have the water bladders already in them. They have night vision. They come with the NV150 digital night vision by Carson. Everything that you need is in there. Okay, now how handy would that be when something happens and you're at work, you're at school, you're traveling from point A to point B, and something happens, some catastrophic event takes place. Do you have in your car, your locker, or some of those other places, the things that you need to survive in a situation? I'm going to guess most of you do not. And one of the worst things you can do is depend on others or wait for others to help you. Okay? Depending on others, number one, they could be very busy trying to just take care of themselves and their own families. Number one, waiting for help, you don't know how long it's going to take for that help for it to get to you. In the country we live in, and the wide open spaces that are out there, it could take anywhere as little from 2-3 days. Some people have had to wait up to 7 and 10 days before any kind of assistance got to them. In a situation like that, would you be able to take care of you and your families? I'll give you an example. Something happens in your at work, and your wife's at work, or your wife's at work, and your kids are at school. Who's going to pick the kids up? Who's going to pick the kids up and get them home, or get them back in your possession to where you know that you can protect them, you can take care of them? A lot of people have no plan. Okay, have a plan. That's the most important thing you can do. Okay, if you can't get to your children in the time that you feel the time that you've allotted to get to them, have another family member, a close member of the family, go and pick them up at school. If you have children that are in high school, old enough to drive, Make sure they have that note that you give them to the principal that during a crisis or an emergency situation, they have, in your permission, to leave the school and go home. Those are all things that you need to look into in an emergency or a crisis situation. Think about it. Because most people don't. They really, really don't. Now, the packs that I have, or the packs that we carry, cover everybody. We have anywhere from the junior pack, okay, which is basically designed for children 11 years of age and younger. Okay, then we have the adventure pack, which is pretty much anybody from 13 years old, 12, 13 years old on up to adult. They're a good pack. They have everything you need: food, way to start fire. They're not the ultra pack that we have here. These have a ballistic rating. They come with a lot of extras that you're not going to find in the adventure pack. But the adventure pack will help you in a survival situation. They're still going to offer you food, way to cook your meals, water treatment, and a shelter, or some way to stay warm. All those things are in the adventure pack. This is the big daddy here. This has got sleeping bag, everything in it. Keep them someplace where they're easy accessible. Keep them in your car. Keep them in your locker. Okay. I know people, they don't have they're worried about either one, and they keep one in the gym across the street, or they keep it in a locker at a bus station or bus terminal that's like within walking distance from where they work. Any of those things will do. You know, just have it to where you know you can get to it and be ready. Now, I have a special video just for ladies in a crisis situation, primarily ladies and single moms and their children. You can go to our YouTube channel, and that is Bugout Survival Training, and you can go through, and I have all kinds of videos there. You want to look at the one that specializes or shows ladies in crisis and different things that you can do to help yourself guarantee your survival in a survival situation. Don't be like a lot of people. Don't just sit back, wait and wait and wait for someone to come along and help you. Like I said, you don't know how long it's going to be. And don't rely and depend on other people to help you. The most important thing that you can do is rely and depend upon yourself. Okay? And make sure you meet up with the other members of your family. This is not something that you want to do on your own. Okay? Your survivability goes up quite a bit when you have 2 or more people involved. You have better security at night. You're going to sleep better. You're going to have more eyes and more help as far as food and water and building shelters. It's going to make life a whole lot easier. I don't think you want to go more than maybe 8. The reason for that is not so much because of the food and water factor, but because of the sanitation. And I say that if you're not careful about your sanitary habits, one of the things you have to worry about, and I've seen it happen in campgrounds, as well as other survival scenarios or situations that people have shared with me, and that is the norovirus. That will absolutely ruin any kind of survival scenario that you're trying to go on or do at that point in time. Can be really, really devastating and not much fun. So I would be, and when it comes to sanitation, make sure you do the right thing. You know, make sure you dig a deep enough hole and you cover it up, and you don't expose it to where the people are going to be tracking through it, or other animals are going to get into it. Because all it takes is for someone to track it back into your camp. All it takes is an animal to track it through your camp, or whatever, and when it picks up, or someone gets it on their clothing or their hands, the next thing everybody's sick, and you don't want that either. Now, when you're out there, the one thing you want to do is you want to keep a low profile, and you want to be as proactive as you can. Don't wait. Don't be like some people, well, let's just wait and see what happens. No, be the first one to react. The quicker and the faster you react to a situation, the better your odds are. Like, don't sit around and wait and see, oh, this is going to be cool, let's see what happens. When those things come around, usually they're not very cool, and at times can be quite dangerous, if not life-threatening. Okay. I've heard me say it before, stay away from the crowds, stay away from groups of people, stay away from any law enforcement or military that you may see in that area, no matter how big or small the contingency of them are. Stay away from them. Get out. Don't wait, don't hesitate. If you hesitate, it's too late. So think about the things that we've gone over in. Remember, this isn't just about you. This is about your family. This is about your wife and your children. Okay? And if you're a single mom, it's about being a mother and taking care of and providing for your children. You know, the very safety of it. Now, I talk about that, and a lot of people will think, oh, well, I can just go to a FEMA camp, or I can go to one of the shelters that they put up or they have for when a situation like this comes about. Well, everything I've heard, and when people have told me about some of those FEMA camps, that none of them were good. None of the stories I heard were good, or, oh, it was just, you know, wonderful, it was a great place to go. It took care of all of our wants and needs. That didn't happen. Okay, there were all kinds of issues in several different FEMA camps during Katrina, and not just Katrina, but Sandy as well. So, I know personally, it would be a cold day in hell before I left safety and the security and the survivability in the hands of somebody else when it came to my family. Take responsibility of that on yourself, and you're going to be a lot better off. You know, think about where you're going to go. Make sure you scout it, recon it. You know, make sure you know before you go, and follow some of the things that we just talked about, and you'd be surprised at how your survivability will increase quite a bit. I mean, it really, really will. Have a plan. Take care of your family. Make sure you have everything that you need. Get yourself a good bug-out bag, preferably one of ours. You can find us at bugoutsurvivaltraining.com. The other thing you can do is you can go to YouTube and go to Bugout Survival Training and go to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to like it and subscribe. So, all that being said, always stay safe and be prepared. Thank you very much for watching. This is Travis. Hoping you have a wonderful evening or a day.